Luke, how the performance is about generations and about ghosts and about the past and how we're all connected. And this is your grandfather you never met, and you're having this conversation with him because you're him as he was you. It's an interesting kind of thing that we also bring out. You know, like you're saying, your choice to be an artist comes with the responsibility from your grandfather and your father and your mother. Like, well, what are you going to do with that? You know what I mean? And so we're always judging ourselves based on our elders. And anyways, I really like that about that. I thought that really came across in the work, is how we really aren't, we're part of a bigger group of people than just ourselves. You know, it's our relatives, it's our close friends, and how they all affect us, even if we never even met them. Anyway.
I like that. There's so much, the energy is a lot higher. It felt like you freed yourself up more. Like, I don't know. It was really, really emotional. Like to the point where like you were like about to cry or whatever. I thought that was really, really nice. And I think the piece came out like, I like it better than the Loverboy piece. It's like minimal, the color. How it like matches all the moods. That's really cool.
Oh, thank you.
Luke, I'm interested in why there's two cuckoos up there that don't have the accent marks. Just like in Loverboy, there was one that said Love Boy.
Yeah.
Was that just something that you missed, or is there meaning in that?
Like you have like a general outline of like what you want to do. I guess sometimes like you're like working and you just forget about it, you know. And like there's like moments where like I freak out because I like realize there's a lot of people here. And like I like realize that like I'm gonna cry in front of a lot of people, or like I'm gonna yell in front of a lot of people, and then it like kind of hits you, and then like you forget about it. I'm like surprised I didn't write Coco. You know? or like kill. I don't know, because like yeah. So yeah, it was accidental. I wasn't like the thing with like the Loverboy one. I lied and said that was on purpose, but I just got nervous and just wrote the R. I didn't write it.
No. I think those are the best parts about the piece, is those little bits that you missed.
Because it shows your anxiety, you know, like it makes it like a mark.
And one thing I like about it is how each one of those words broke down. It's different. It's not the same because your emotions were going up and down, up and down, up and down. And you can obviously see it, especially when you first put down Google. It was clean, crisp. You were first starting off. You just see where your emotions start going in each one that was written down. Like even at one point, whenever you were feeling a little bit angry, like your C got really sharp when you wrote down Google.
Yeah, that's really what I like about it. You know, like it's like instant. Like you can't fake it. Thanks.
What was the significance of the balloons?
Like as you can see, it's like his like death. You know, which is kind of like my death, I guess. And but for me, it's like more like a birth for me. Like I'm like freeing myself from him, you know. And the thing is, like I never met the man, but I just like I blame him for everything, you know. He's like if I'm like acting crazy, like oh it's because of him. Or, like if I drink too much and do something dumb, it's like oh well, it's because of him, you know. It's like so. I mean, he was kind of a bad person, right? He wasn't great, but I shouldn't blame him for that. So it's like I'm like alive now, like it's my birthday, but it's his death, you know. Like, and that's what it's like confetti here. It's like a fiesta. It's like that really racial, you know. But
I don't know if this is right or not, but I got the sense that it was kind of like he's somebody that you identified with, and maybe, and not in necessarily a good way, like somebody that you saw like parts of yourself in that you kind of embrace, like this kind of ultra masculine, you know, kind of screw everybody, you know, type mentality, and that, but in a way you know you could relate to it, or you somehow you like define part of yourself in those terms, and this is kind of like, you know, kind of denying that kind of almost like a clutch of like ultra masculinity, you know, and moving on from it.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to say like you hit it on the head, but like you're pretty close.
Did you feel like you were him reincarnated?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, yes. Yeah. yeah, I felt like that since probably a week ago.
and now you've kind of freed yourself from that.
Yeah, I just want to be myself, I guess now. As corny as that sounds, but yeah, I mean, like my hero is my father, right? And my dad's hero is him. So like, he should be like a mega hero or something, you know? But he's not, man. Because like you like get older, then you hear about like how he really was. And you're like, wow, dude, what a shithead. Like, and then you're like, fuck, man, I do things like that. Or like I could. You know? It's like, it's almost like it's like in your blood to be a shithead. So why stop it? But I think like that part about the gun thing. I remember that really happening, and that's exactly how I felt. It was like I don't care about dying. I didn't care about it, you know, at all. And then when you realize that you didn't die, you're like, fuck, it worked. Until you start acting, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I think I'm rambling now.
So as you understand, what's Kuko? What does that mean? I mean, I think I know it refers to different cultures. Like in Portugal, it's the boogeyman.
Yeah, I mean, like, Kuko's a nickname. It's like Refugio, but short. But for me, like, Kuko was like my pride, you know? Like, he's my pride. I mean, when people talk about this guy, it's just like, fuck, that guy, like, commanded respect. Like, he was the man, you know? What was the question?
Just the meaning of Kuko, because it's been around for a really long time. It's like the of the dark side. Young calls it the shadow. You know, inside us all. But does anybody have any more questions for Lou?
So, did you use the same board, the Loverboy board?
Yeah, yeah.
Why did you paint over Loverboy?
Paint over it?
Yeah. Why? And are you gonna paint over this one?
I think so. I just like the fact that like you can see it behind it. It's like moving on. It's like fuck that one. This is the new one. Like, and then pretty soon it's like fuck that. Like, and then hopefully it'll be like this big, like layers of paint. But no, it won't. But it'll be close.
All right, let's give Luke a round of applause. Thanks, Luke, and thanks for letting us ask you questions afterwards, too.
Yeah, it's weird.